Good afternoon. I'm Joe Velez, Manager of Park Operations for the Bensenville Park District, and welcome to a spotlight on the Bensenville Park District. Today we're going to talk about our new Teen Center initiative, formerly known as the Green Teen Zone. With me today is Lisa Semetko, our new Recreation Supervisor. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the new Recreation Supervisor for the Bensenville Park District. I have 7 years of camp experience working with youth of all ages. I recently finished up working with the American Youth Foundation as an outdoor educator and a adventure trip guide.
Wow, so what does an adventure trip guide do?
Well, I planned and led adventure trips. We did canoeing trips, week-long cycling trips, and week-long backpacking trips, along with 2 week-long cycling trips.
Wow, sounds great. Hopefully looking forward to that coming to Bensenville.
Absolutely.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about the Teen Center. So the Teen Center, when will the new Teen Center open?
We are planning on doing a soft opening this August where we will have a back-to-school barbecue, and then we will be open for programming starting on September 1st.
So we know in the past the Teen Center has been for youth of the grammar school age. And I know that we're going to continue programs with that age group over at our Deer Grove Center. So the new Teen Center, give us the new age group and what they're going to be doing.
With the new Teen Center, we are planning on working exclusively with high school age students. So we will be open to students from Bensenville and Wooddale, and they can expect to have drop-in hours to come and hang out at the Teen Center. We'll be working with them on homework assistance, and then we'll have special interest programs for them.
Excellent. So I guess the big question that people always ask, why have a Teen Center?
So the Teen Center is really about giving the students a space to gather, to share their ideas and interests, and to get help with their homework, recreate, and have fun in a safe, clean environment that their parents can feel good about sending them to.
Excellent. So one of the big problems always with teens is who is doing the programming, where are the ideas coming from, and is anybody who's planning all these things under the age of 25? So who's going to be running the Teen Center and coming up with all these great ideas?
So I'll be running the day-to-day operations of the Teen Center, but when we ask ourselves, what do teens want? We're always asking people who are above the age of 25, and what we would like to start doing is asking the teens themselves. And in order to do that, we will be establishing a teen advisory board made up of teens from our district.
Excellent. So a teen advisory board, this is a group that is empowered to make suggestions. And do they become officers? Do you have a president, vice president, things along those lines? Will that be the structure?
Yes, we will, once the team advisory board is established, we will have them elect leaders from amongst themselves, and they will be the ones who decide what programs we're doing, what activities we're offering. They will be entirely empowered to be the ones who are making those decisions, who are telling us what they want to do, and then we'll be the ones who help them make those goals achievable.
So, you know, one of the things that we haven't talked about for maybe people new to Bensenville or people who didn't have children of this age or youth of this age, where is the Teen Center?
The Teen Center is located at 302 West Green Street in downtown.
Okay, so for everybody, kitty corner probably from City Hall, correct? You can see City Hall from the Teen Center?
Yes.
Great. So the Teen Center is going to be offering activities, and we know that you can't be there 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So who else will be working at the Teen Center?
My goal is to have a staff made up of teens and recent graduates from the area and people who were part of our program. We want them to feel that investment in the program from the time they start high school until beyond after they leave high school.
Excellent. And so the Teen Center, what do you think like a typical day would be? And obviously I know during the school, on a school day, probably wouldn't start till sometime around 3:30 because the teens are all in school. And then Saturdays, I'm sure, will be open all day. Sundays, probably sporadically open here and there. But what would a typical day be for the Teen Center?
So when you work with teens, there really is no such thing as a typical day. But We're planning on opening, like you said, around 3:30, just after school. We'll have time for working on homework with the teens, giving them time for unstructured socializing with each other. It's always going to be an open space for that. We'll have some computers where they can work on their homework. We'll have a coffee bar where they can get coffee and snacks, refuel. And then we'll have classes that they choose and that we have teachers come in and guide them through. And we'll have special events throughout the month.
So in this Q&A that we're having, you've mentioned adventure rec programs a couple of times. So talk a little bit more about what's the difference between an adventure rec program versus a regular recreation program.
So an adventure rec program has the outdoor element and the element of challenge involved. So it's getting people out of their comfort zone without going into their danger zone. It's getting them into a place where they are overcoming challenge to develop self-efficacy, self-esteem, and working on some of these hard and soft outdoor skills.
So in your experiences, have you seen this type of adventure recreation be helpful to a teen as they progress through their lives as a young adult?
Absolutely. I have worked with teens who I have worked with more years than one in a row, and you can see the change in them as they get older and as they overcome challenges like going on a week-long canoeing trip or going on a week-long cycling trip to going on a 2-week-long cycling trip. Watching them develop, watching them overcome something that they didn't think they could do is incredible. And those are the kinds of experiences that I'm planning on bringing to Bensenville for our youth here.
Excellent. Well, I think the information that we're giving away is so important that we're going to take a break now so that you can run and grab your teen and bring them back to the television set so they can hear about the rest of the things we're going to talk about with our new teen initiative. We'll be back in a second.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is conveniently located in the Redmond Recreational Complex in Bensenville. The Water's Edge is home of Fenton High School and Wahoo swim teams, featuring an indoor 8-lane lap pool and diving well. The Aquatic Center is available for private functions and parties. Learn to swim, stay in shape, or enjoy recreational swimming year-round at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
The Bensenville Community Library, serving a community of readers. Whether you're old or young, a lover of words, music, or computers, the library has something for you. Check out our new Kindles, toddler jams, story and movie nights, or a variety of other activities offered. For more information, call us at 630-766-4642 or check out our schedule on the web at benlib.org. The Bensenville Community Library, celebrating 50 years of library service.
back to a spotlight on the Bensenville Park District. Today we're talking about our Teen Center initiative. We have Lisa Smetko with me, and I'm Joe Velez, Manager of Park Operations. So Lisa, we were talking about adventure rec programs, and while we know that's going to be an important part of what our teens are going to be doing, tell me about some other programs that we're going to have there.
Well, planned for this fall, we have a few really exciting programs. Primarily, I'm really excited for monthly open mics. So once a month, we'll open up our stage to any teen who wants to show off their talents. And that could be anything from playing guitar and singing to slam poetry to I've seen some really well done yo-yo open mics. So I'm really excited to see the kind of talent our teens can bring to our open mic nights. I'm planning on having some music programs brought in. We would like to have some instruments at the Teen Center, and as I would like to run some music classes, teach teens who want to know how to play guitar, ukulele, even the banjo.
How about the tuba? Will you be teaching that?
I personally don't have any experience with the tuba, but I know a guy.
Okay, great. You know a guy.
Yeah.
Great to hear. So what else will we be doing at the Teen Center?
I would also really like to run some college days, teaching teens how to find those scholarships, how to fill out their college applications, helping them decide what the right college for them, what the right program for them might be. Anything to help them achieve those long-term goals post-high school.
Excellent. So other programs that we'll be running at the Teen Center, going back to the adventure recreation programs, those are usually associated with nature and being outdoors. So if you can go into a little bit more of those type of descriptions.
All right, well, for this fall, for example, we're planning a teen camping trip. So we will get everybody together, we'll head out to a campsite, and during that experience, we'll learn how to set up our tents, different styles of fire building, and which ones are appropriate for which, for the kind of area that we're camping in or the weather that we're camping during. And we'll be learning about leave no trace ethics, which teach you about responsible ways to use the environment.
So I know that parents out there would be worried about the safety of their children, their teens. So talk a little bit about that and how we can ensure them as much as we can that their teen is going to come home the way they left.
So everything about going in the outdoors is our primary concern will always be safety. And while the outdoors are unpredictable, we always try and do the best we can to predict anything and to mitigate any risks that we find. So the ways that we plan on doing that are having leaders who are first aid trained, CPR trained, AED trained, lifeguard trained, and wilderness first responder trained.
Wow, those are interesting. So I know that when people hear about this new initiative, we'll have individuals in the community that are very concerned and very open to these new activities ask how they can get involved. So somebody watching this program, how can they get involved in this program?
There's a lot of ways that the community can get involved and be a part of making this program successful. We will always be looking for volunteering, for fundraising, and we will be having some community events, and we'll also be looking for some donations.
Okay, and so donations like?
We're looking for camping equipment, for instruments, recording equipment, gardening tools, anything like that.
So Lisa, tell me a little bit more about the Teen Center. So as we evolve in year one, we know that we want to have a certain amount of programs, and then obviously in subsequent years we want to advance. As teens get a little bit older, maybe 17 years of age, they're certainly going to be doing things differently than a 14-year-old. Will we have programs geared towards different age groups or skill levels or things along that line?
Yes. By the time a teen is 17 years old, they know what their interests are. They know what they like to do, and we will, of course, be catering any of our programs towards those interests. While the younger teens, the 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, they tend to be more open to trying new things. They're not really sure what their interests are, so we'll be offering them a wide variety of options to try out.
Excellent. So Lisa, another thing that our teens, as well as teens around the country, as we've seen, have started getting involved in nationwide issues, mostly involving their safety in high school and other things along those lines. Something we think we want to do with our teens here in Bensenville?
Youth empowerment is one of the cores of this teen center. We're seeing some really incredible mobilization of the teens currently, and giving them all of the opportunities to pursue that empowerment and making sure their voices are heard is one of our priorities. In fact, in the coming months, sometime this fall before the elections, we will be hosting a teen voting registration day to make sure those teens who are going to be 18 by the election in November will be registered and ready to go.
Excellent. And so I know as we see teens on television involved in national initiatives once again, we would like to maybe transform that into our teen advisory group, meeting with the city officials, meeting with other community groups to talk about teen initiatives and things that are important to them. We will be doing that in our teen center?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, this is Joe Velez, Manager of Park Operations. Lisa Semetko, our new rec supervisor, who's going to be handling our teen center. We hope you get involved, and we thank you and hope that you come out to the teen center when we do our grand opening. Thanks a lot.